gentlemen, welcome to the 5th Annual Canadian Video Game Awards.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, dignitaries and game developers, the Canadian Video Game Awards is proud to introduce your host, Canadian actor, writer, and improviser, Mark Meer.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 5th and 6th Annual Canadian Video Game Awards. I'm your host, Mark Meer, and I'm probably best known as the voice of the male version of Commander Shepard in the Mass Effect trilogy. So if you are in any way unsatisfied with the job I do hosting this evening's festivities, you'll be pleased to know that you'll have the option to replay the entire awards show with Jennifer Hale as your host. Yeah, it's true. I do owe a lot to Commander Shepard, including my mortgage. But lest I end up typecast as a badass space hero who's a sex machine with all the ladies, and/or gentlemen, and/or aliens of indeterminate gender, yes, they're sitting at that table. I should let you know that I also play a number of other characters in the Mass Effect games. The Biotic God, Niftu Cal, Blasto, the Hanar Spectre, and the entirety of the Vorcha species, to name a few. In the Baldur's Gate franchise, I cut my teeth on meaty roles like Goblin number 3, and the emotionally challenging part of Evil Cleric number 2. In the course of my career, I've played everything from an ox-carrying ogre in Jade Empire to a saucy elf prostitute in Dragon Age 2. And I'm currently at work on Hinterland Studios' The Long Dark, portraying bush pilot. Yes. Hinterland Studios' The Long Dark, in which I portray bush pilot William Mackenzie, a man struggling to survive the cold and snow in a hellish, post-apocalyptic frozen wasteland, or as we know it, Canada. However, before I made my mark in video game voiceover, my very first job in games was actually just a single line. But as the old saying goes, there are no small roles, only small paychecks. And it was this part that let me get my foot in the door, so to speak. In the classic Leisure Suit Larry 7, The Comeuppance, I played a small but pivotal role of a doctor in an STD clinic. Let's take a look.
You've got syphilis.
That was me. Yeah. It was quiet, but that was me. You know, that single line was my introduction to a fantastic new world, the world of video game voiceover. And even though it was just one line, my character, the syphilis-diagnosing doctor, proved popular enough that I was asked to audition for a much bigger role, a villainous role. In fact, one of the worst villains of all time, German Chancellor Adolf Hitler, in the world's first second-person shooter, the World War II action-adventure game, Shitler. Let's take a look. Now, yes, of course, the object of the game was to infiltrate Hitler's bunker in disguise and assassinate him, but there were problems because it was a second-person shooter, so you actually saw everything from Hitler's point of view. And so that was you there trying to assassinate him. You're seeing what Hitler sees. And it was pretty hard to control, far from intuitive controls and hard to manage. So, yeah, there you go. That's probably... Yeah, no. Thank you for offering a round of applause to Adolf Hitler. But, ladies and gentlemen, that's probably what kept this game from being a success. And also, it was called Shitler, so that likely had a hand in its failure as well. But despite that early setback, I kept at it, and my persistence was rewarded when I was cast as the voice of the player character in one of the very first Wii games, Wii Bees. Let's take a look. There you go. So the objective was basically, well, it's self-explanatory.
Stupid bees.
There you go.
Oh no, bees!
There were a lot of bees.
Ow! Too many bees.
A lot of bees, ouch.
Yeah. So many bees. Yeah. Behave. I'm the bee's knees.
Yeah. It really was the bee's knees. One of the very first pun-based games, and a fun game to work on, but most players gave it a B- at best. But, well, yes, well, that was the joke you didn't like? I'd like to give special thanks to my friend Jason Ludwig of Mostly Water Theater in Edmonton for finding that old footage. But all of that is in the distant past. Tonight is about the present. Well, it is about the past, but the more recent past. Tonight is all about celebrating excellence in the craft of video games. And I have to say that it's a real thrill for a fan like me to get to host an event like this. I'm a bit of a nerd in my everyday life, and I've got the action figure collection to prove it, along with a very patient wife, yes. But as previously mentioned in my intro, I do enjoy cosplay, or as I have always known it, drinking beer while wearing a costume. And it's a lot of fun, really, particularly when you get to be a bad guy and learn what really makes them tick. Do we have a clip? Do we have a clip? I think we have a clip. We've got a clip. There's going to be a clip.
Welcome to a show we call Inside the Villain's Lair, where we talk to various dastardly villains. First up is the esteemed Red Skull. Now, he formed the evil organization known as Hydra. He once wielded the power of the Cosmic Cube, and most recently he stole Professor X's brain. Let's see what he has to say. Red Skull, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here with the Red Skull. Thank you for being here.
Yeah. Danke, Elias. I am very happy to be here. Which is odd, because I am usually not happy about anything.
Your expression says that. But speaking of happy, it's something we should bring up. When I talk to you, I have to talk about Captain America.
Scheiße!
Why do you hate him so much? Why does he make you so angry? Is it his strength, his muscles, his charm?
That Captain America. He thinks he is so great with his stars and his stripes and his mom and his apple pie. Everyone knows that apple strudel is a superior dessert. All other desserts must be eliminated. Yeah, I went there.
All right. In a life such as yours, Mr. Red Skull, what is it that you would say you are the most proud of?
Yeah. Recently, my agent asked me to change my name. He says, people hear Red Skull and they think communism. And you are a fascist. It is confusing and you need to rebrand. And I said, no, I am the Red Skull and that is it. Plus, I would have to change all of my merchandise, which would be a big headache.
A lot of critics, let's say, have described you as villain fodder. Meaning you're just somebody who doesn't really have many superpowers that groups like the Avengers or people like Captain America can beat up on, because really they're good at beating the crap out of you. So when I say that, how does that make you feel?
See, really, not such a bad guy.